Activity number 12, we are given. In the diagram below, we have f of x, which is given by ax squared, and then is drawn in the interval, so we are given the domain, x is less than 0. The graph of f inverse is also drawn. P is minus 6 to 12, it's a point on f, and R is a point on f inverse. And then the first question says, we have a point, so we should be careful that we do have a point. We do have a point on F, also have a point on F inverse. Point R is on point on inverse, and then point P is on F. So I'm going to be using this one on the equation of F. I'm going to be using this one on the equation of F inverse. Is F inverse a function? Motivate to answer. It is a yes. Ne? It is a 1, 2, 1. It is a 1-to-1 function. Now, if R is a reflection of P by the line y is equaling to x, write down the coordinates of R. Now, remember, if you are reflecting it by the line y is equaling to x, it means we're talking about the inverse. Okay? So what is going to be point R then? Negative 12 is to minus 6. Another mark. No? Yes. Okay. Calculate the value of A again. Now, what does the equation say? It says, which you have y, which is going to be equaling to ax squared. Again. It's equaling to ax squared. Now, which point are you going to use here? Are you going to use point P or you're going to use point R? You're going to use point P again. Why point P is because you are looking for F. If you're using the equation of F, you're going to use what? Point P. What does point P say? It says which you have minus 12, which is going to be equaling to A, open bracket, minus 6 all squared again. And then you get 36A, which is going to be minus 12. Divide by 36, divide by 36. Therefore, what is going to be our A? Minus 1 all over 3. Therefore, we should f of x is going to be equal to minus 1 all over 3 x squared. I think they wanted A, Bonan. So if they wanted A, we are going to get 2 marks for that. And then last but not least, they say write down the equation of F inverse. So if we're going to be writing the equation of F inverse, how is it going to look like? Whatever is x becomes y. So basically you start with F. What does F say? It says which you have y, which is going to be equaling to minus 1 all over 3 x squared. Okay? Then you go to F inverse. For F inverse, you're going to tell them which you have x, which is going to be minus 1 all over 3 y squared. And then if you continue with this, you are going to have divide. You can divide by minus 1 all over 3, or you can multiply again. So let's suppose we multiply. We're going to have 3x, which is going to be minus y squared. You multiply by 3, you multiply by 3. You divide by minus 1, you divide by minus 1. Therefore, it says y is going to be minus 3x y squared. And then you say square root, you say square root again. It says we have plus and a minus 3x. Which one are we going to take, the positive or the negative? Therefore, it means which our F inverse of x is going to be given as minus 3x. And then for something like this, they will give us 1 mark for changing x and y, 1 mark for root, and then 1 mark for the final answer, which is us choosing the correct sign.